Brijesh Pandey, if you see that, confidence with which she said that what's wrong in the leader of the opposition meeting his MLAs, it's very normal. There should be no issues about it. But you know that so much is going beneath the surface of that comment.
Well, absolutely. And I think, if you start believing what the politicians say, then you should just resign from the profession because, we are all kind of sanctimonious talk before we realize, that it's a complete 180-degree different from what you have been told. There has been a very steady buzz in the Maharashtra circle that Ajit Pawar is willing to shift ship and jump and join the BJP because, the reports are that, he has support of 40 people. Now, the interesting thing is that, all of this conversation is hinging on the most important deadline or date, which is 5th of May, the day when the disqualification of Eknath Shinde's rebel MLAs is going to be decided. If they are declared rebel, if they are declared invalid, then I think Shiv Sena and Congress and the Maha Vikas Aghadi will get a shot in arm. And I think it is just to preempt that particular scenario. The BJP is working on plan B, and in the plan B is, Krishna, that they would want Ajit Pawar to join the BJP and make Ajit Pawar either the chief minister or the deputy chief minister. And there's also one theory which is doing the round is to shift Devendra Fadnavis to Delhi, or make him a Rajya Sabha member. So there are various permutations and combinations doing the round, and despite the stout denials, Krishna, I mean, nobody is buying those denials.
Nobody is buying those denials. I just wanted to sort of poke you with that. Brijesh, stay with us. We also have our colleague Kiran Tare of News9 joining us on this broadcast live. Kiran, tell us the ground situation in Maharashtra. What exactly is going on at this point in time?
See, the leaders of Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, they are consistently saying that the government is going to fall on 5th of May, that the Supreme Court will deliver its judgment. But my understanding of this case is the Supreme Court is not going to give any judgment on whether Eknath Shinde or his other 15 MLAs are disqualified or not. Supreme Court is going to decide, and Supreme Court is going to lay down several guidelines on the role of the Deputy Speaker, on the role of the Governor, and the scenario in which the no motion trust was moved against the Deputy Speaker at that time. But my guess is that, and I have talked to several legal experts, they are saying that the Supreme Court is not going to decide whether Eknath Shinde will be disqualified or not. The job will be left to the Speaker only. So in this case, Eknath Shinde is going to remain the same. The one thing is very clear. When it comes to Ajit Pawar joining hands with the BJP, we all know that Ajit Pawar is quite restless in NCP. He doesn't see any bright future in the party. He is worried about his prospectus, the prospectus of his son also. His son Parth was publicly rebutted by Sharad Pawar, saying that he is a very immature person and don't give a damn to him what he's saying. So that has hurt Ajit Pawar. So the speculation that Ajit Pawar might switch over to BJP started with Parth. And of course, there is another theory that all these theories that Ajit Pawar is going to switch over was floated by senior NCP people only. I know the person, but I can't name him publicly because I haven't talked to that particular person. But the theory is going on that Ajit Pawar is being used by his own uncle as a guinea pig to carry out several experiments. When it was a time to go with the BJP, Ajit Pawar was asked to join hands with the Devendra Fadnavis government, and subsequently he was asked to leave. Ajit Pawar's credibility was questioned. Today also, it is being discussed in the corridors of power that someone has hatched a plan to create a rift between Eknath Shinde and the BJP. Similarly, the rift was created between Uddhav Thackeray and Devendra Fadnavis, and Ajit Pawar was used to speculate that he is going to join the government and subsequently Shinde will be asked to step down. I think Ajit Pawar is it's a very sad part on his part that Ajit Pawar is being used by his own party colleagues for their own political gains. But when it comes to political speculations, as Brijesh rightly said, we can't discard any possibility. And considering Maharashtra politics in last 4 years, every single possibility could be a reality. That is the worst situation in the state.
Absolutely, Kiran Tare. Let's quickly listen in now to what Ajit Pawar had to say today, and then we'll continue.
आज रोजी आपल्याशी बोलण्याचं कारण म्हणजे कारण नसताना माझ्याबद्दल किंवा माझ्या सहकाऱ्यांच्या बद्दल गैरसमज निर्माण करण्याचा काम जाणीवपूर्वक वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणी होताना मी स्वतः बघतोय. वास्तविक ह्या ज्या काही बातम्या चाललेल्या आहेत किंवा बातम्या दाखवण्यात येत आहेत त्या बातम्यांमध्ये काही तथ्य नाही.
Sanjay Jog, would you concur with that view that at the end of the day, this is a lot of talk which could eventually amount to nothing because the Supreme Court at the end of the day is not going to disqualify Eknath Shinde. The government still will still continue to hold.
I strongly feel that whatever the outcome of the Supreme Court will be, this government has no threat at all. Even though the decision will be left with the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly about the 16 MLAs disqualification, because of that, the majority halfway mark comes to about 136, with both the BJP and the Shinde group, MLAs have got. So I'm not at all bothered about the government survival. The government will survive. But that's not enough for BJP to achieve its mission 2024. For that, they will have to cobble together few other factors and few other forces like Ajit Pawar, who is a strong Maratha face, like Ashok Chavan, who enjoys a credibility in Marathwada apart from Nanded. So they will definitely try to target such kind of veterans to get into their fold and ultimately make this alliance much stronger to take on the MVA, which Mr. Fadnavis has clearly said that some of the Congress and NCP legislators are under their radar, under their scanner, and they will definitely be in at an appropriate time. So just to put the facts very clearly, BJP will definitely continue to do their machinations. Rather, in fact, they will step up in the days to come post the Supreme Court judgment, and they will definitely see that such credible persons will be in. But as I rightly said, Mr. Modi would like that the corruption issue will not be sidelined. That will be also taken up to target the MVA leader. I think that will be the BJP's plan. That needs to be watched and analyzed in the days to come.
Right, Sanjay Jog, I'm going to take the same question across to Kiran Tare and then bring it back to our political editor Brijesh Pandey. Kiran Tare, would you say that all of this is basically building up to the 2024 elections?
Of course, more than the assembly election, I think this is a game for the Lok Sabha election, because everybody knows, and we have also discussed it in the past, that if Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi stands together and if they contest the election very much in a united position, the BJP is not getting more than 10 seats as of now. So if BJP wants to repeat its performance, at least 22 seats as it won in 2019, it has to break the MVA. It has to break one of the parties of the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi. That is not happening at now. That is why they may try to create a rebellion in the parties. They might try to field some rebels against the MVA candidates. Unless and until the BJP does that, it is not going to pass that 22 mark. So my guess is that it is more about the Lok Sabha election than the assembly election. Assembly election, of course, is very important, no doubt about it. But Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah will definitely try to register a hat-trick. And for that hat-trick, after UP, Maharashtra is the most important state. 48 Lok Sabha seats are there, and their target is to win 30. At this moment, when Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi is united, they are not even winning 10. So from where they will get the 20 seats? They have no other option than breaking the MVA.
Clearly, that makes the math so simple, doesn't it, Brijesh? It's all about, of the 48 seats in Maharashtra, how much can the BJP snare this time around?
Well, absolutely. This is what we were discussing yesterday also, that that the biggest challenge for the BJP is the survey which has come out, which paints a very grim picture as far as the BJP is concerned. See, BJP is not overtly concerned about whether the person is facing certain charges or not. We have seen the case of Hemant Biswa Sharma or Mukul Roy or Subhendu Adhikari, and there are several examples that all BJP requires is whether the person can fit into the electoral expansion scheme of things or not. And if the person fits in, the person gets a chance. And the biggest challenge for the BJP is to ensure that they break this Mahavikas Aghadi, because as Kiran was saying, as happened in the Nagpur bastion seat, where the Mahavikas Aghadi fought unitedly and defeated BJP, which was on a seat which was considered to be their bastion. So the challenge for the BJP is to ensure that, come what may, they are able to get at least 20 to 25 to 30 seats from the state of Maharashtra. This is the challenge which they are facing in the state of Bihar. where you know, they were 39-1 out of the 40 seats. And right now with JDU and RJD getting together, the chances of repeating that performance doesn't look like, is not likely. The same problem they are going to face in the state of Maharashtra. And this is the reason why, you know, there is an effort, even if Ajit Pawar had to be accommodated for a limited period of time, you know, that accommodation will be done. Why the interesting theory is that what will happen to, and I would want to ask Kiran as well as Sanjay Jog, is that, you know, what happens to the power of Devendra Fadnavis if Ajit Pawar joins, you know, hypothetically even. So what happens to the stature and the power of Devendra Fadnavis? Is he going to be shifted to Delhi, or is he going to play second fiddle?
Right. I'm afraid we've completely run out of time here on this discussion. That's a question that we're going to keep asking going forward, and it's a $1 million question, Brijesh, as to, you know, how things will turn out in Maharashtra. But for now, I want to thank our guests, Kiran D. Tare of News9. Thank you so much for being with us, and of course Sanjay Jog, senior journalist, for being with us on this broadcast live. And with that, it's a wrap here from my side. Thank you, Brijesh. Brijesh Pandey, political editor, joining us on this particular discussion. This is Krishnakumar signing off. Keep it with News9.